Commander, first of all, I want to congratulate you on such an important victory. The Empire of the Rising Sun has now joined the family of our glorious socialist republics. Though, culturally, they are a backward and superstitious people, technologically, they are quite advanced. Dr. Zelensky has been delving into some of their secrets, and I'm sure he has some interesting insights. Dr. Zelensky? Dr. Zelensky? Now, where did he go? No matter, we have more work to do. It is time, my comrade, to deliver the final blow to the Allied cause. You are to meet the Supreme Allied Commander at Easter Island. Together you will sign a treaty calling for an end to all armed conflict. I have convinced them that we as a nation are weary of war, and that our people only want peace. We will sign this treaty. We will come together as brothers, and then we will crush them. Yes, General. It is a trap. And you, my friend, are the bait.
Hello there, and welcome back to Red Alert 3. We are on Easter Island now, where we are destroying the Allied emissary, along with the Allied naval base that will eventually appear here, and then trying to defeat the Premier afterwards. Now, for this first part, you've got to remember that you haven't actually got the refineries up like you usually would in a start of a game. So first things first, build the refineries. It's something that it's a small thing, but few people do forget that their refineries aren't built yet. So build the refineries first, and then you'll want a dock plus an airfield with anti-air defenses for later on in the game. When your intention is to ambush them, you will want subs, bullfrogs, and dreadnoughts. The subs and the bullfrogs are to deal with the initial attack that they send you, and the bullfrog and the dreadnoughts will help you level the enemy base when it comes up. They should be able to do that easily, but make sure you do not relent in your attack of the enemy base, because they will not stop attacking you. They will just produce units constantly and send them after you. So you need to defeat their base pretty damn quickly. Now, also, whilst you're doing this, I would highly recommend anti-air defenses, because some anti-land, perhaps building barracks and some flags out, because the Premier will send Kirkov bombers at you, and occasionally send a Tesla tank at you. But in this game, my main problem was with the Kirkov bomber, which actually at one point destroyed my entire base. Luckily left the dock unharmed so I could build another MCV and start it up again, hence winning the game eventually. But for the first part, again, bullfrogs, dreadnoughts, and subs for the initial attack. Build Kirkov bombers whilst you wait as well, and some flak and defensive. Your money will deplete quite fast in this, but you need as much money as you can get for this. But I don't think there's possibly a way that you could build so much stuff in so little time without losing a lot of money. Now, you have a choice here. In this game, I do show you that in the top left-hand corner, when the Premier attacks, there are 2 war factories. These war factories are easily ignored because they're not showed on the HUD, but they are essential for his war machine effort, because if you destroy those, the attacks on your base will pretty much stop, even though most of the time they're just producing bullfrogs. And it depends if you want to, but you can also destroy the mowers, which will be shooting para infantry in at regular intervals. But I didn't really worry about those, because my main focus in this was obviously, because it's a timed event, you need to destroy the volcano, the volcano machine. So you could do it one or two ways. If you build up a force of about 6 to 10 Kirkovs, they should be able to take out the vacuum imploder quite fast. Or, as I did in this, I just used orbital dump every time it recharged, and you should be able to take out the vacuum imploder within 3 hits, depending on if you have a high level orbital dump. I did have a high level orbital dump, and I would recommend you use orbital dump on the vacuum imploder. It makes your life a hell of a lot easier, because then you actually don't have to attack it. You would think that the orbital dumps won't recharge fast enough, but you have 12 minutes, and the orbital dumps recharge is about 3 or 2 minutes. So you should be fine with using orbital dump to destroy that. But eventually you would need to focus your Kirkovs on the volcano fortress, which won't really be a problem, but the only way you can really destroy the orbital fortress is via an air attack, hence the Kirkovs, and hence the fact that they have heavy anti-air emplacements up there, which you can't do anything about. So there are 3 structures in the main building, in the volcano fortress, which should be pretty easy to take out via the Kirkovs. But if you're not, then assuming you've destroyed the 2 war factories that I've mentioned, and this will, if you watch this, you will see the war machines and see what I'm talking about. The war factories, you will see where they are. I do focus my initial attack on them. It means the entire left side of the map is under Allied control, or Soviet, your control basically. Not Allied control, but Soviet control, but Allied Soviet control. So, if you destroy the war factories, the entire left side is under your control, leaving the entire right side in enemy hands. Now, your co-commander is constantly pushing the offensive onto the enemy. Assuming that you've done a well enough job at protecting her against enemy attacks by destroying the left side, your co-commander will push the offensive onto the right side's war factories. Chances are they won't destroy the war factories, but they'll do a good enough job to destroy the units that are coming out of the war factories, if that makes sense. Once the left side war factories are done, you should have no problem. I mean, they do have an air base, which poses a problem because they produce Kirkovs, and they also produce MiGs, which can combat your Kirkovs. But if you have enough Kirkovs, you won't have a problem because of the fact that there's only so many Kirkovs you can destroy, and the fact they are damn strong for balloons. So, main points. Initial stage. Build anti-air defences, a barracks with some flaks, or some tanks if you want. Point 2. Build an air base with Kirkovs. Point 3. Build a dock and build 3 dreadnoughts, 5 bullfrogs, and 5 subs. That should hopefully be able to destroy the enemy base. Point 4. The first strategic target should be the 2 war factories on the upper left side of the battlefield once the Premier turns on you. Destroy them, you should have most control over the battlefield. Point 5 is to use orbital dumps against the vacuum imploder. Remember to make sure that your orbital dumps are at maximum level. And point 6, send your Kirkovs against the volcano. The volcano fortress. That should be enough. Key points there. Just making sure you all know. And make sure the traitor is destroyed. No one's watching this anyway, so eventually in the future, never mind, but this shall be in the archives of history. Right, well, I'm going to be quiet now, just to let you enjoy the ambience of the bloody mute thing, because fucking hell, bloody mute. It shouldn't have been muted. I don't know why it is, but one day I turn on my computer and everything's muted.
Thank you, Commander, for so thoroughly and brutally dispatching my enemies. But now I'm afraid you have outlived your usefulness. You know just enough to be a threat to me, and with that, the future of the Soviet Republic. I will not say das Svidaniya, Commander. As I can assure you, we will never meet again.
Well, thanks for joining me for part 8 of Red Alert 3, the wonderful island of Easter, with the mowers of death, and your traitorous swine that you are. Next is part 9, where we finish off the Allied scum and take control of the Soviet Union at New York City. See you then.